The banks of the Amazon River. Dawn. A herd of 20 capybara halts on a mudflat near the water's edge. The dominant female lifts her head, two flat ears pivoting with the slow precision of sonar. They are thirsty. Each one needs to drink at least twice a day. The water lies right before them, fewer than 10 paces away. Those 10 paces cross 3 killing zones. The earthen bank where fangs and claws lie in wait, the shallow boundary where coils stand ready, and the deep channel where a dark shape has not moved for days. In the Amazon, drinking is a gamble paid in lives. This river has only one throne. 4 predators each claim to be king. One on the bank, one at the border of land and water, one in the river's depths, and one small pack that dares to challenge them all. Who truly rules the Amazon River? Capybara, the largest rodent on Earth, weighing up to 145 pounds, are the currency every ruler wants to possess. Evolution has equipped them with a survival toolkit worthy of admiration. Eyes, ears, and nostrils, all positioned on top of the skull, like the periscope of a living submarine. Webbed feet, the ability to hold their breath for 5 minutes underwater. A herd of 20 issues collective alarms, each sharp cry broadcasting a set of danger coordinates in an instant. At first glance, capybara appear well armed for survival. Strong swimmers, numerous, vigilant. All of it means nothing when enemies occupy both the bank and the water below. Welcome to Gaia Docs, where we explore the most extraordinary stories the natural world has to offer. The first self-proclaimed king lies motionless on a fallen branch, less than 100 feet from the capybara herd. It has been there since before dawn. Panthera onca, the jaguar. This adult male weighs over 220 pounds, the largest felid in all the Americas. Its coat is covered in rosette patterns, each spot a false dapple of light, blending seamlessly into the sun-flecked shadows of the tropical canopy. From 100 feet away, even the most watchful capybara eyes cannot distinguish it from a rotting log. The jaguar's true power does not lie in speed. It lies in its jaws. (1,500 psi). The strongest bite force of any big cat relative to body size, double that of an African lion. Enough to puncture a turtle shell, enough to crush a crocodilian skull. Every big cat on the planet kills by biting the neck. Lions, tigers, leopards all target the windpipe or the cervical spine. The jaguar does not. It bites through the skull, 2 canines, driven straight through the temporal bone into the brain. 1 strike, done. Evolution spent 40 million years honing these jaws for a single purpose: to never need a second bite. A hunting success rate of 40 to 50%, nearly double that of a lion. A male's territory spans 20 to over 40 square miles of dense rainforest. The skill that sets the jaguar apart from every other big cat, it swims, not a reluctant paddle across a puddle. In 2024, researchers confirmed the jaguar swam 1.5 miles across a reservoir without resting. On the riverbank in daylight, the jaguar holds absolute power over life and death. The male erupts from the fallen branch. 130 feet of mud vanish in under 3 seconds. The capybara herd reacts 1 heartbeat too late. Fangs pierce the skull. The capybara is motionless before it ever touches the water. The survivors plunge into the river, swimming frantically toward the opposite bank. Ancient instinct tells them water is safe, far from feline fangs. A fatal miscalculation. Beneath that still surface, among the submerged roots and rotting timber, something has been waiting for hours. It does not need to chase. It only needs to wait. Eunectes murinus, the green anaconda, approaching 16 feet in length, weighing over 200 pounds, one of the heaviest reptiles still alive on Earth. Its body merges completely with the flooded roots, the sunken timber, and the decaying vegetation on the riverbed. Olive green, mottled with black, becomes invisible in the Amazon's dark waters. Only 2 small details break the surface: a pair of eyes and 2 nostrils. Nothing more, nothing less. The anaconda hunts with absolute patience. It lies motionless underwater, waiting not for minutes, but for hours on end, until prey walks into striking range on its own. The capybara is panicking, having just escaped the jaguar's fangs, and swims straight into the flooded root zone. Legs churning the dark water, every muscle firing on primal reflex. It does not look down. The anaconda explodes. Strike speed rivaling a viper's jaws gaping wide, coils locking tight in less than a second. The constriction begins. With every breath the prey exhales, the anaconda tightens another loop. Science once believed that pythons and boas, killed by crushing bones or suffocating their victims, in 2015, research by Bobak published in the Journal of Experimental Biology proved the opposite. Constrictors kill by circulatory arrest. The pressure of each coil cuts off blood flow to the heart, causing cardiac arrest within minutes. No sound of breaking bones, no cry, only silence, spreading slowly across the black water. Harbor two dominant sets of jaws, skull-piercing fangs on the shore, heart-stopping coils beneath the surface. Every day, capybara must guess flee to the bank or dive, and every wrong guess is the last. In 2024, scientists uncovered a surprise. The green anaconda is not a single species. Genetic analysis split them into two: the northern green anaconda and the southern green anaconda, two evolutionary lineages that diverged millions of years ago. The Amazon River holds more secrets than anyone ever suspected. The Jaguar rules the earthen bank. The Anaconda rules the boundary where land meets water. Two kingdoms, two sovereigns, sharing a single currency, capybara. Deeper still in the black water, where light cannot reach, something has been waiting longer than either of them. Not for hours, not for days, for weeks. The Jaguar waits for minutes. The Anaconda waits for hours. The creature in the river's depths waits for weeks. Melanosuchus niger, the black caiman. A fully grown male stretches beyond 16 feet, the heaviest predator in the entire Amazon basin. Skin of pure black, not charcoal grey, not dark brown, but black as the river water at night. In the Amazon's dark currents, it vanishes entirely. By day, the black caiman lies still as a sunken log. No ripples, no bubbles. Heart rate dropped to a minimum. Its body becomes part of the river itself. Night is its true kingdom. When darkness blankets the water, reflective eyes flare like two glowing embers, and everything that moves near the bank falls within its sights. The black caiman's diet is indiscriminate. Fish, turtles, water birds, capybara, deer, even other reptiles. Cannibalism has also been documented. This species once stood at the brink of extinction. From the 1940s through the 1970s, the skin trade drove black caiman populations to their lowest point in history. Then hunting bans took effect. Populations gradually recovered. The IUCN now classifies them as least concern. one of the Amazon's rare conservation success stories. The creature that once nearly vanished now sits upon the river's throne once more. No rival dares enter its deep water. No one except one family. Screams shatter the river's silence. Not one voice, but 6, 7 at once, piercing, razor sharp, echoing between the forested banks. Pteronura brasiliensis, the giant otter, Lobo del Rio, river wolf, the name that indigenous peoples of South America have used for centuries. Up to 6 feet long, weighing around 66 pounds, the longest mustelid in the world. A body streamlined like a torpedo, a tail flattened like a paddle, 4 feet with fully developed webbing. This family numbers 7 members. They control over 7 miles along this stretch of river and defend it with the most complex vocal system in the entire otter family. "22 distinct call types, from warning hisses to rallying chirps, from defensive growls to attack screams, a complete language that otter pups begin learning from the moment they are born." Each individual consumes 7 to 9 pounds of fish every day. Multiply that by 7 family members, and this household devours over 44 pounds of fish daily from the river. The IUCN classifies them as endangered. Fewer than 5,000 mature individuals remain in the wild. The problem arises when the family's fishing grounds overlap with the territory of a black caiman. This caiman measures roughly 10 feet. Not the largest individual, but large enough to dispatch any lone otter with a single strike. It glides into the shallows where the otter family is fishing. The screaming erupts. They do not retreat, they advance. Two attack from the flanks, biting at the caiman's tail and haunches. 3 more, close a ring behind it, cutting off retreat. The screaming never stops, a weapon of psychological warfare, refined over thousands of generations. "3 minutes, 5 minutes. The confrontation drags on amid the chaos of splashing water and piercing screams. In the end, the caiman retreats. Not because it lost in strength, any lone otter would fall in a single snap, but because the cost proved too high. 7 against 1, 7 voices shredding the air. The giant otters win the battle. The fishing ground is held. The family disperses, diving back to hunt as though nothing happened. The harsh truth is this: otters only win on home ground. in shallow water. They never pursue a caiman into the deep, where the advantage reverses entirely. The black caiman withdraws into the dark channel. There, it remains king. Its territory is not diminished, only its borders redrawn more clearly. Shallow water belongs to the otters, deep water belongs to the caiman. To truly dethrone the black caiman to pierce the armor that otter jaws cannot penetrate requires another predator, one whose jaws were engineered for precisely that purpose. That predator is on its way. From the western bank, a spotted golden shadow moves silently toward the water's edge. This time, the jaguar has not come for capybara. Who do you think will prevail in the ultimate confrontation ahead? Let Gaiadox know in the comments below. From the start of this story, each ruler has claimed a domain of its own. The jaguar on the bank, the anaconda at the boundary, the otter in the shallows, the caiman in the deep. For the first time, one predator dares to cross the line from its own kingdom into another's. Every big cat on the planet avoids water. Lions cross rivers only when forced. Tigers bathe, but do not hunt beneath the surface. Leopards would rather climb a tree than wet their paws. The jaguar is the sole exception. It does not merely swim, it hunts in the water. Late afternoon on the riverbank. Slanting sunlight filters through the canopy, painting streaks of gold across the mudflat. A black caiman, roughly 7 feet long, basks at the water's edge. "65 feet, 50, 33. The jaguar explodes. The caiman reacts. Its tail sweeps sideways with tremendous force. Its body pivots toward the attacker, jaws gaping wide. The jaguar drags the caiman ashore, fangs still embedded behind the skull. No ceremony, no display. Only the absolute efficiency of 40 million years of evolution pointed in the right direction. The answer to the opening question: the jaguar. Not because it is the strongest. A fully grown black caiman weighs 3 times as much. Not because it is the fastest, an anaconda strikes more swiftly from underwater. But because it is the only one willing to cross every boundary from bank to water, from dry ground to mud, and prevail on both sides. The bank has fangs, the boundary has coils, the river has armor. The jaguar conquers all 3. That is the answer the Amazon has written in millions of years of natural selection. Yet the Amazon possesses a force that even the jaguar cannot bite through. No fangs, no armor, no muscle, only gravity and rain. Then the wet season arrives. The water rises. Not gradually, but as though a giant hand pushes the river 33 feet higher in weeks. The forest becomes an ocean. The mudflats where the jaguar hunted now lie deep beneath the surface. Every throne is submerged. The jaguar, the predator that just conquered both bank and river, now climbs to branches 65 feet above the ground and waits, a king without a kingdom. The anaconda reaches peak advantage. The entire flooded forest becomes its hunting ground. No more boundary between land and water, only water. The black caiman patrols among the submerged tree trunks, its territory expanding tenfold compared to the dry season. The giant otters adapt, hunting fish among the drowned roots. Capybaras swim in search of the last remaining high ground, hundreds crowded onto a single patch, more vulnerable than ever before. Nutrient-rich sediment from the Andes pours downstream, fertilizing the entire flooded forest. Varzea, white water forest, rich in nutrients, erupts with life. Igapo, black water forest, poor in nutrients, settles into quiet waiting. Without the flood, the Amazon would die. The flood is not a catastrophe. The flood is the Amazon's lifeblood, a circulatory pulse that sustains 10% of all species on Earth. Water is the true ruler. It has always